Chapter 7, Section 4, this is parallel and perpendicular lines, apprentice level. So in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the notion of lines, specifically parallel lines, how to recognize them, how to test if they're parallel, etc. So, sketch f of x, and again, this is just function notation, right? It just means y. Sketch f of x equals 2x plus 4, and g of x is 2x minus 3. Okay, so both of these are in slope-intercept form, so they are very simple to graph. This has a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 4. So I can plot my y-intercept, and my slope is 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1. This should be pretty easy. Okay, and I will plot my line. Like so. There we go. So now we want to plot g of x, and again, g just means y. The slope is also 2, but we have a different y-intercept. So the y-intercept is negative 3, it's down here, but it's the same slope. There we go. So I will trace out that line. Looks like that. Kind of slipped on me, but oh well. Okay, so you might notice that those lines, though they are different, they have something in common. And if you look at the equations, you notice that their slopes are the same. Those lines are parallel. Let's do it again. Here's another function f. My slope is negative 1/2. Y-intercept is negative 7. So plot my y-intercept here. And I go down 1, right 2. Or up 1, left 2. Okay, that's enough. Let's get our line in there. Like so. Okay. Now let's plot the other one. This has a slope of negative 1/2, but notice how there's no y-intercept. So you can imagine there being a 0 here. So this line actually passes through the origin. Okay. But it has the same slope. So down 1, right 2. Okay. Let's quickly trace out that line. There we go. Okay, so these lines of course are different, but they appear to be parallel, and that's because the slopes are the same. So, what do you notice about the slopes for each pair of lines? Duh. They're the same. Okay, so what can you conclude about each pair of lines? They're parallel. Okay. Okay. They'll never cross. The distance between these two lines will never change. It will never increase or decrease. Okay. So in a nutshell, whenever you have two straight lines, if their slopes are the same, okay, and of course they have different y-intercepts, then they are parallel. All right, so let's just hammer home the idea. Two lines are parallel if their slopes are equal. Okay, so next we want to determine yes or no if the following pairs of lines are parallel without actually having to graph them. So here I have y equals 2x plus 1, so that slope is 2. So I'll make note of it. M is 2. Okay. The next one, okay, well, we can't read that as the slope because this is not written in slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's adjust that. I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So that gives me y equals 3 plus 2x. Okay. The terms are in different order, but it doesn't matter. So now we can see, the slope is in fact 2. Okay. They have different y-intercepts, so they don't touch, they don't cross, and they are parallel. So this would be yes. We will talk about situations later on when the lines are parallel, but they actually have the same y-intercept. We'll see that later. Okay. The next one is obvious. No. Okay. They are both written in slope-intercept form, so we can tell this has a slope of 4, this has a slope of -4. Different slopes, they're not parallel. That was easy. Next, we have y equals 10 minus x. So from here, we can tell the slope is -1. Okay. However, I have an equation here that's not written in any not written in a nice form. Okay, well this was in slope-intercept form, so let's convert this to slope-intercept form as well. So let's just solve for y. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to express the y on the left, and that means this 20 here that's on the left, I'm going to express that on the right by treating both sides the same. So this becomes 2y equals -2x minus 20. So there we go. So now to solve for y, I need to divide everything by 2. These cancel. So this gives me y equals, now -2 over 2, that's just -1. So -1x. And -20 over over +2 is -10. So normally we wouldn't write that 1. You can if you want, but probably write it like this. Whoops. -10. Okay. Probably should have written that in red, but oh well. So here we can see that the slope of this line is -1. They have different y-intercepts. This is -10, this is +10. So they are spaced apart, but we're looking for their slopes. Clearly they are the same. So these lines, if you were to graph them, would be parallel.